Good afternoon, everyone. Let's take a moment to breathe, settle into this space. Hard times, those moments when life feels heavy, when the ground seems to shift beneath us, are universal. No one escapes them. And yet, it's in these moments, when we feel the most fragile, that we find the seeds of our resilience. Hard times don't define us, they refine us. When life feels overwhelming, it's tempting to believe that the struggle is evidence of failure. But the truth is, hard times are the forge where strength is born. Resilience, compassion, and courage aren't built in the easy, breezy moments. They're born in the storms, in the moments when we're forced to dig deep and face the parts of ourselves we'd rather ignore. Hard times have a way of stripping us down to our essence. They make us question what really matters, and who am I without all the noise? It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's also transformative. When we emerge, we do so with a clarity we didn't have before. Adversity builds resilience by pushing us beyond the boundaries of our comfort zones and requiring us to adapt in the face of challenges, When life becomes difficult, we are forced to confront situations we may never have anticipated, testing our emotional, mental, and sometimes physical capacities. These experiences, while uncomfortable, are where the seeds of resilience are planted. Every setback, disappointment, or hardship serves as a trial, a lesson in perseverance and the ability to recover from difficulty. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but learning how to navigate it, how to endure the discomfort without losing sight of the bigger picture. When we face adversity, we learn to develop coping mechanisms that sustain us through difficult times. These mechanisms, whether they involve problem solving, leaning on a support network, or reframing the way we view the challenge, become invaluable tools we carry forward into other areas of our lives. Adversity also teaches us that setbacks are not insurmountable. By working through challenges, we gain the confidence that comes with knowing we can overcome obstacles. Each time we face a difficult situation and make it through, our belief in our own capabilities grows stronger. We begin to trust our ability to adapt, even in the most uncertain or difficult circumstances. And this trust in ourselves is a cornerstone of resilience. Hardships force us to confront our vulnerabilities and acknowledge our limitations, but they also show us our strength. They remind us that while we may not be able to control everything in our lives, we can control how we respond. The ability to persevere through adversity transforms those moments of struggle into opportunities for growth and self-discovery, making us stronger, more adaptable, and more capable of weathering future storms. Resilience doesn't just benefit us in the moment. It builds over time, accumulating with every challenge we face. Like a muscle, it grows with use, becoming stronger and more flexible with each test. Through this process, we not only survive hardship, but emerge from it more grounded, more self-aware, and more prepared to tackle whatever comes next. Struggles foster self-awareness by compelling us to examine ourselves in ways we often avoid during easier times. When life is smooth, it's easy to operate on autopilot, moving through routines without much reflection. However, when struggles arise, they disrupt this flow, forcing us to pause, question, and reassess. These moments of challenge become opportunities to uncover who we truly are, our strengths, our fears, our values, and even our blind spots. In the midst of difficulty, we're often pushed to confront our emotional responses. Struggles reveal how we handle stress, disappointment, and uncertainty, showing us patterns we may not have recognized before. For instance, we might notice tendencies toward avoidance, overreaction, or self-criticism. While these realizations can be uncomfortable, they are invaluable for growth. By acknowledging these patterns, we gain the power to understand and eventually change them. Challenges also prompt us to evaluate our priorities and beliefs. They force us to ask questions like, what really matters to me? Or, why am I holding on to this? Struggles have a way of stripping away distractions and bringing clarity to what is truly important. This process can reveal whether we're living in alignment with our values or if adjustments are needed to create a more authentic and fulfilling life. Another way struggles build self-awareness is by highlighting the gap between who we are and who we aspire to be. When we face difficulties, we may find that our actions don't always align with our intentions, whether that's losing patience, withdrawing from loved ones, or doubting our abilities. These moments of dissonance are not failures. They're mirrors showing us areas for improvement. They give us the insight needed to grow and make choices that better reflect our true selves. Struggles also bring us face to face with our limitations, reminding us that we are human. Moreover, hardship often creates space for reflection, whether it's through journaling, talking with trusted friends, or simply sitting with our thoughts. Struggles encourage us to slow down and look inward. In this stillness, we find a deeper understanding of our inner world, the motivations, insecurities, and dreams that drive us. This insight becomes the foundation for greater self-awareness, guiding us toward decisions and actions that align more closely with who we truly are. Ultimately, struggles act as catalysts for introspection and self-discovery. They force us to navigate uncharted territory, revealing parts of ourselves we may never have known existed. While these moments can be challenging, they are also deeply transformative, giving us the opportunity to emerge stronger, wiser, and more self-awareness. Vulnerability unlocks strength because it allows us to embrace our true selves, fostering deeper connections, greater resilience, and a profound sense of authenticity. While vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness, it is actually the cornerstone of courage and inner strength. It takes immense bravery to show up as we are, especially in a world that often equates invulnerability with power. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we step into the discomfort of uncertainty and risk. Whether it's sharing a deeply personal truth, admitting a mistake, or asking for help, vulnerability requires us to let go of the illusion of control. This act of letting go is powerful because it breaks down the walls we build to protect ourselves. In doing so, we create space for growth, connection, and healing. Vulnerability teaches us that strength is not about being impervious to pain, but about being willing to face it head on. One of the key ways vulnerability unlocks strength is by deepening our relationships. When we share our fears, struggles, and imperfections, we give others permission to do the same. This openness fosters trust and intimacy, creating bonds that are stronger and more authentic. It is in these vulnerable moments that we often find the greatest support and understanding from others, reminding us that we are not alone in our experiences. Vulnerability also enables us to take risks and pursue our dreams, even in the face of potential failure. By acknowledging that we don't have all the answers and may stumble along the way, we free ourselves from the paralyzing grip of perfectionism. This willingness to risk failure is what allows us to innovate, grow, and achieve meaningful goals. It takes courage to step into the unknown, but it is through vulnerability that we find the strength to do so. Furthermore, vulnerability cultivates resilience. by teaching us how to navigate difficult emotions. When we allow ourselves to feel pain, fear, or shame, rather than suppressing or avoiding them, we build emotional endurance. Facing these emotions head-on helps us process and move through them, emerging stronger and more grounded on the other side. Vulnerability reminds us that it's okay to feel deeply and that our emotions are not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our humanity. Another way vulnerability strengthens us is by fostering self-compassion. When we are honest about our struggles and imperfections, we learn to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend. This self-compassion becomes a wellspring of inner strength, allowing us to bounce back from setbacks and approach challenges with greater confidence. Lastly, vulnerability unlocks strength by helping us live authentically. When we let go of the need to present a perfect facade, we align more closely with our true selves. This authenticity is empowering because it frees us from the exhausting task of pretending to be something we're not. By embracing vulnerability, we reclaim our energy and direct it toward what truly matters, creating a life that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. Challenges teach us to prioritize by forcing us to confront what truly matters amidst the chaos and uncertainty of life. In difficult times, when resources, whether resources financial or physical, are limited, we are compelled to make deliberate choices about where to focus our energy and attention. These moments act as a clarifying lens, stripping away distractions and revealing the core values, goals, and relationships that are most important to us. And then take the chance. When faced with challenges, we often realize how much time and energy we've spent on things that are trivial or unaligned with our deeper purpose. The urgency of a struggle sharpens our focus, helping us separate what is essential from what is not. For instance, in the face of a personal crisis, we may come to understand that the approval of others or the pursuit of superficial achievements pale in comparison to the importance of our well-being, loved ones, or personal growth. These moments of difficulty also encourage us to reevaluate our commitments and priorities. Challenges make it clear that we cannot do everything at once, and that attempting to juggle too much often leads to burnout. By forcing us to say no to certain things, challenges help us say yes to what aligns with our true needs and values. This practice of prioritization not only reduces stress, but also ensures that the energy we invest yields meaningful returns. Additionally, challenges illuminate the relationships that truly matter. Hard times often reveal who shows up for us and who doesn't. This clarity allows us to invest more deeply in the connections that are supportive, nurturing, and reciprocal, while letting go of those that drain us or fail to serve our well-being. This shift in relational focus strengthens the bonds that matter most and aligns our social circles with our emotional needs. Struggles also help us identify the habits and patterns that hinder our progress. When life becomes overwhelming, we're more likely to notice how certain behaviors, procrastination, overcommitment, or avoidance, contribute to our stress. This awareness prompts us to prioritize healthier routines and more effective approaches to managing our time and energy. Challenges in this way act as a catalyst for creating a more intentional and balanced life. Moreover, prioritization during challenging times is often guided by a newfound sense of gratitude. Struggles remind us to appreciate the simple, often overlooked aspects of life: a supportive friend, a moment of quiet, or the resilience we find within ourselves. This perspective shift helps us focus on what truly enriches our lives, rather than chasing after fleeting or superficial goals. Empathy grows in the soil of pain, because our own experiences of hardship and suffering allow us to connect with the struggles of others in a deeply personal and meaningful way. Pain strips away pretense and opens our hearts, creating space for genuine understanding and compassion. When we face difficulties, we come to understand what it feels like to be vulnerable, to be hurt, and to long for support. This understanding becomes the foundation of empathy, the ability to step into someone else's shoes and feel with them, rather than just for them. End footnote. Through our own struggles, we gain insight into the complexity of human emotions. Pain teaches us that feelings like sadness, frustration, or fear are not easily fixed or dismissed. This realization fosters a patience and sensitivity toward others that we might not have had before. When we've walked through dark times ourselves, we're less likely to offer shallow reassurances or judgments, and more likely to simply sit with someone in their pain, acknowledging it without trying to diminish or solve it prematurely. Culture also broadens our perspective. It challenges the notion that life is simple or that people's struggles are always self-inflicted or avoidable. When we experience pain, we come to see how unpredictable life can be and how external circumstances, systemic factors, or unforeseen events play a role in shaping people's lives. This awareness deepens our ability to empathize with situations we may not have previously understood. In moments of struggle, we often lean on others for support, whether it's friends, family, or even strangers. These acts of kindness and connection remind us of the power of being seen and supported. This first-hand experience of receiving empathy teaches us how to extend it to others, as we understand how much it means to have someone show up without judgment or expectation. Pain also makes us more attuned to the unspoken struggles of those around us. When we've been through difficulty, we become more sensitive to the subtle signs of distress in others, a quiet withdrawal, a strained smile, or a wavering voice. This heightened awareness allows us to reach out and connect in meaningful ways, often without the need for words. Perhaps most profoundly, pain reminds us of our shared humanity. It reveals the universal truth that everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, experiences hardship at some point. This recognition dissolves barriers and fosters a sense of solidarity. It allows us to approach others not with pity or superiority, but with the humble understanding that I've been there too. When we look at our scars, we are reminded of the challenges we faced and the ways we adapted to them. These marks tell us that we endured something significant, whether it was a loss, a setback, or a hardship. And yet, here we are, still standing. They serve as evidence that even when we felt at our weakest, we found the strength to push through. Scars are also a testament to the process of healing. They remind us that pain is not permanent and that recovery, while difficult, is possible. The presence of a scar means that a wound, though it may have hurt deeply, has closed. It symbolizes the body and mind's ability to regenerate, repair, and move forward. This healing process often teaches us lessons about patience, self-compassion, and the importance of giving ourselves time to recover. Each scar also carries with it a unique narrative, one that is deeply personal and significant. For some, a scar might represent a hard-won victory over illness or injury. For others, it may symbolize emotional growth after a period of loss or heartbreak. Whatever the story, it is a reflection of the resilience we discovered within ourselves. These narratives can inspire others, reminding them that it is possible to endure and find strength even in the face of immense difficulty. Scars also challenge societal notions of perfection. They remind us that life is not about avoiding pain, but about how we respond to it. They show that imperfection is not something to hide, but something to embrace, as it tells a story of authenticity, survival, and humanity. By wearing our scars with pride, we reject the idea that strength is about being untouched by hardship, and instead redefine it as the ability to move forward despite it.